So I'm gonna see if I can get back where we were. Let's see.
So what kind of string?
So you use GPS? I mean
GPS. I use GPS string. It always let me know which note they hit.
All right, man. Welcome to the basement. That's BASSMINT. When I say welcome, I'm not just talking to that man in front of us. I'm talking to everybody that watched this show around the world. That's over 225 countries. Well, United States only recognizes 198 countries, so the rest of them are considered territories. But it's 225 of them. Thank you for watching, and also the million views and the close to 4,000 subscribers. Thank you for watching this, and also thank all of these people that's here with us today, which we're gonna get to in a second. But first, man, tell us your name, brother.
I'm Gregg Holsey.
Gregg Holsey, welcome to the basement, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Good to be here.
Yeah, we've been talking. I've been trying to get this man to come to the basement, but he was in another state, right? He like, that ain't no deal, brother. When I get to Detroit, let's do this. He came to Detroit, and we doing this. So thank you for coming to the basement, brother.
All right, good to be here, like I said, man.
Also hanging out in the basement with us is a panel of Detroit bass players, some awesome bass players. Let's go to my this way, my left, and tell us your name, sir.
Oh, my name is William Pope, also Pope Star, Pope-alicious, Pope-atropolis, Pope Fiction, all them popes.
That ain't all the popes you got.
It's more. This is more. We don't want to hurt everybody with them.
Yeah,
Popenstein.
Yeah.
Right. Popenstein. Popeologist.
French Post. French Pope.
Oh yeah.
American Pope.
That's right.
Donald Pope.
Oh no,
let me stop. All right. Okay, also another Detroit bass player. Tell us your name.
Andrew Struve.
Both of these guys are Detroit bass player in the basement alumni, which means that they've been interviewed or have been in the basement on previous episodes. In this case, both have been interviewed. Please go check out their interviews because they're awesome. Seriously. Pope, your interview is one of the first ones we did, but it's still awesome, man. It's grainy, but it's awesome.
I like grain.
Also hanging out with us in the basement, tell us your name.
Laura Mendoza.
Laura Mendoza, the big time Laura Mendoza. I'm telling you, y'all don't know about Laura Mendoza and White Shag, right? White Shag.
Like a white shag rug.
Yeah. We're gonna do an interview with her coming up too. Y'all gotta check it out. Also next to her, tell us your name.
Eric Markley.
Eric Markley, another Detroit bass player, just like her, Detroit bass player. I forgot to say that. welcome to the basement again.
Thank you.
Alumni that hadn't been interviewed yet. And thank you for turning me on to, was that you to turn me on to him?
Yeah, I thought
He was like, what about Laura? How come y'all ain't got her in the basement? I was like, well, I don't know her. And then when I went to look at her credentials, I was like, found the phone number. I called her. I mean, no, I didn't call her. I sent her phone number and shouted out to her on Facebook. Ain't hear nothing for a few days. My feelings started getting hurt. But, she's busy. And then she called me, hey, you looking for me? I was like, yes, thank you. So we going to do her interview soon. And also on this side, my right side, tell us your name.
Carlos Hunter.
Carlos Hunter, another Detroit bass player.
right.
By way of Inkster,
Yeah.
just like me. I'm an Inkster Detroit bass player.
Also, my brother Gary used to play for the Supersonic way back when.
What instrument did he play?
Congos and guitar.
Okay, because I know he ain't played bass, because that was Fred. That was Fred's spot. Yeah, that's one of my idols, Fred, for
Fred
real.
Hammond?
No, Fred Williams.
Yeah.
Also hanging out with us in the basement. Tell us your name, sir.
Mr. Window.
Yeah.
Mr. Window, a Detroit bass legend. Y'all don't know about this dude. This is one of the. Y'all don't know Dramatics and everybody in Detroit. He's also a basement alumni. We did an interview with him back in the day when we had James Jameson Jr. over
It was
here.
nice. It was nice.
Yeah,
Look
and
at it.
I was crazy. I had like 2 legends sitting up in the basement,
Right.
and didn't nobody else come that day.
I was talking about Motown.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Monster among monsters.
So y'all gotta go back and check out the Wendell Lucas interview. You're gonna love that one.
Yeah.
And next to him, tell us your name.
I'm Derek Charles Washington. They call me Washington, D.C.
Another Detroit bass player in the house. If you notice, every time I say something, his strap light up. or when they laugh, if I talk, his straps light up.
And it changes color.
And it changes color. And we're going to do an interview with him in a minute. So y'all hang around for that one too. Also next to him.
Up and coming bass player Tyler.
All right, Tyler.
That's right, man.
His uncle hang out with James Jameson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah? You got your bass yet?
No,
You going to get it?
That's right.
probably.
Yeah, okay. Well, go ahead and get that bass and then we can do an interview with you.
Or either take that 7th string. You can do it.
Also hanging out with us in the basement is tell us your name.
Reginald Canty.
What?
Reginald Canty, our gracious host who allows us to use his electricity,
Thank you.
even though this camera runs on batteries, but the house is electric. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for letting us use the basement as always.
Appreciate you, sir.
Also hanging out with us in the basement, tell us your name.
Steve Burkhalter.
Yeah.
Steve Burkhalter, another
That's
Detroit
me.
bass player, works with Bass Gear Magazine. Thank you for coming out again. We also did an interview with him. Check out his interview.
House
And next-
alumni tonight.
Yeah, and next to him, tell us your name.
I'm Chris Bogdan Badney.
You dig it?
That's how you pronounce it, Badney.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait to interview this guy, y'all. You guys are gonna love this guy's interview. He is like, to me, he's a Detroit legend in his own way. And when we tell the whole story, you're just gonna love it. So
I'm a mailman.
right, see, he's a U.S. postal worker.
Yeah.
But don't let that fool you. You know what I'm saying? I would be tripping out if I saw him coming to deliver my mail. I'd be like,
I deliver right down the street here and do it. I really do.
that's crazy. So we're
One of these
gonna
days I'll just come over here and knock on the door.
we're gonna get this guy too. And I'm sorry about that, man.
That's all right. I'm enjoying the stories.
But you know what? The crazy thing is, I love that all of these guys come and show up. So thank you all for showing up. And that's why it's so long, man. Because all these bass players be coming, and they should see some of the stuff we do off camera. You know what I'm saying? But we get to that off camera. So let me start this interview by asking you. My very first question I always like to ask is, when did you start playing the bass and why?
Wow, man. Let me ask Wendell. No. I started, man. We started about the same time. Me and Wendell, we started about the same time, huh? Guess we, catching the bus and getting old man to take us to Metro Ox. We had to be about 16, something.
Yeah.
When we there.
Yeah, I was playing trumpet.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, talk
Yeah, about 16.
Why?
Because
Why the
my
bass?
mom wouldn't get me a mini bike.
yeah.
Mom, listen to your
Then she
mom.
said I had to get an instrument to play. So I decided to get a guitar. She got me a guitar, but it was a Fender Telecaster. I didn't know what a Fender was. I was looking at all the cars outside, looking at fenders on the car. I
Right.
had no clue what a Fender was, so I took that. I got it and took 2 strings off of it and made it into a bass.
Yep.
So many dude. I thought I was the only one that did
I
that.
wasn't the only one. I took 2 off and made it a bass.
Okay, so
Love.
That's pretty good.
after listening to you do them awesome licks you just did, man, I just want to go right at it. Who are some of your favorite bass players, man? Because you don't just play like that without having some innovators in front of you, like inspiring.
Well, the cats in Detroit. Detroit is filled with so many cats, bad musicians. It's like bass players. Like I go back with Fernando Sanders and stuff. I used to listen to him a lot. And of course, my boy was Eddie Watkins Jr.
Basement alumni, by the way.
Yeah, he was my when my hand got cut. Matter of fact, he gave me my inspiration to continue to play. Eddie
Okay.
Watkins and stuff, And then Wendell, Wendell. That's my. That's my.
All right.
He got his back all the time. We got each other's back.
Yeah.
So any other favorite bass players out there?
Lamont Johnson, of course.
Why did I know you were gonna say Lamont Johnson?
Of course, he got to be, because he got that slide and that fretless. I got a fretless because of him. I turned my Music Man into a half fretted and half fretless because of him. Him and Jocko.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite bass players too,
One of
man.
my favorites.
One of my favorites as well. So now let's get on this subject, man. You just dying to talk about this. When you were playing that song a second ago, you just used your thumb. Why was you using your thumb? How come you ain't use the standard walking
Finger stuff.
whatever the fingers called, index and
First I used to be real shy with my hand, but I had to learn. I got my hand cut some years ago, and then I had to switch everything and learn how to do everything a different way, a different style and stuff, my own. So I can't use nothing but my thumb. So I had to develop a way to get my triplets with my thumb. While other bass players can use all their fingers, I had to develop a way. I can't do what they do, so I had to just try to do my style.
So and just show me a little example of the triplets that you
Right.
do.
So like that.
But you know that's
That's cool.
that's crazy that we just don't let nothing stop us. Nothing.
I can't imagine, man. I could I can't imagine, and out of all of that, the doctor said I wouldn't be able to play no more.
Right. And that's what. So hopefully that's inspiring somebody that may be watching this and saying, "Oh, I can't play." Ain't no excuse. I know guys without a hand.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I know a guy just has a hook.
Like a little hook on his elbow.
They said I couldn't do it, and traveled the world since playing music.
Right. And which brings up interesting question. I could barely see that bass because I guess your left side is your good side, but
Yeah, I got to put my mask.
what kind of bass is that you got there, man?
A modulus.
Imagine that's a nice bass. How you like
No
it?
more anyway.
Nope.
Yeah.
How you like it?
I love it. But I'm still a precision man, though. I'm still a 4-string
Yeah.
jazz man, a precision. No matter what. This is just the new school for me. I like it. But I'm still old school. Give me that jazz and that precision.
Okay, now we say we when we start off we called you a Detroit bass player, but you ain't been residing in Detroit for quite some time. In fact, when me and you hooked up, you were living in where you living?
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Greensboro, North Carolina. Out there where they making that movie Shots Fired at, you know, somewhere out there. No, was that South Carolina? Huh? It's somewhere in the Carolinas, okay?
Yeah.
But and we talked. He's like, man, I got some stuff I want to. You know, I'm from Detroit, brother. Can we do this? I was like, and then he sent me some solo bass. You know, which is one of my favorite things is solo bass melodies. Kind of like most people familiar with Wayman Tisdale doing it. He sent me some tracks. I was like, nice. And then I sent him some tracks. I was like, what you think about these? He's like, nice. So and then it was like, okay, we're gonna get this up. But before leaving Detroit and living in North Carolina, you were actually, where were you hanging out? Why did you leave? Let's just put it this way. Why did you leave Detroit in the first place?
I left Detroit. I left Detroit because when I first moved, I moved to L.A.
What did you leave because of music?
I left always because of music.
See how music is. This music is in this man.
Nothing else. My wife wouldn't even let me do nothing else now. That's all I do.
Okay, so you left to go to L.A. because of music. What happened up in L.A.?
Well, I moved to L.A. with my partner of mine, Arnell Carmichael's brother, Darren Carmichael,
Keyboard.
and a friend of mine, Wyman Brown. They were with Tina Marie and radio at the time. I moved out there and I was working with Wyman Brown with L. McKay from Earth Wind guitar player, working with their production company, just writing songs, me and Wyman. And then Darren Carmichael got it, the bass player. They had a job coming up in Japan, and it didn't go through right on time, but I knew it was going to go through because I know who'd be watching on my back, who'd be catching me. I said it's going to go through, and I'm going to be right there because I knew the whole show. And it went through, and I went to Japan. And,
so you went to live in Japan?
I went there to play in Japan the first time, and then by that time I met some more people, and they called me up and they said they needed a bass player to go to Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur.
Wow.
And I was working with For You to See, it's a major recording singing group there, and we're part of the Tone Records in Malaysia with them. And then somebody else called me, man. It's just like a chain reaction. Said, we need you to come. Back then I was doing more singing and playing the bass, so they needed me to come to Bangkok. And so they needed me, so while I was in, I went to Bangkok and
Thailand.
Yeah, I played the King there. Nobody don't know, but he's a saxophone player.
No way.
Okay, so how do you say Japan in Japan?
Japan.
Japan.
Matter of fact, my
That's
name
so
in
cool.
Japan is Motown.
Really?
They laugh at my real name.
Oh yeah, so they
say
call it.
Gregg is a funny name because I changed my name when I first went there since I was from Detroit to Motown. So my CD is called Motown.
Okay, meaning your name
Yeah,
in Japan.
yeah.
Okay, so look, man. Now you here in Detroit. You only been here for less than a month, I think.
Like that.
And hadn't been here in years. You get to hang out with anybody and all this kind of stuff.
I just came here and put my show together. I just did the Harbor House the 21st of April. Wall to wall people. I put the cast. I respect Detroit musicians, from bass players. And if you leave, you'll know how much we respect it. From bass players to drummers, I got the cast with me, so I put the unit together. We did the Harbor House, and it was sold out. Now I got to do another show July the 7th, so I'll be here for a little while.
And then after you do your show in July, where you headed to after that?
Trying to wait and get my passport together and go back.
Go back to Japan. And well, you know what? I just love that we got like satellite Detroit bass players all around the world posted up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So go there and hold down our Japan post for us, brother.
Yeah, I got you.
And the other thing I want to know was, you said your CD, Motown. So is there any way we can
Purchase?
Right now I'm working on that one, but I got one on the net called Gregg Holsey Can't Stop, and you can buy my singles like on iTunes and stuff like that. It's called The One, and the other one is called Just Coolin'.
Is it funky?
It's kind of The one is like featuring me on the bass, and melody like a Tisdale type thing, and Just Coolin' is like Just Coolin', featuring a saxophone player here by the name of Nick Stone.
Shut up.
Okay, smooth jazz type of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, and another thing I wanted to know was, did anybody else have any questions for this fine bass player?
I do. In your travels, what did you enjoy the most? Did you enjoy overseas more than other places that you've been to?
Well, I tell you, I just left. I was in. They took me. I was in Greensboro, North Carolina. Somebody called me again for an offer that I couldn't refuse. They told me what they were making. I liked the jobs. It was good money. Just the weekend, it was excellent money, good. But but overseas is a different respect for musicians, as far as they treat musicians the correct way.
Yeah.
You know, it's just they bow down. Like over in Japan, like I do. I was working with a reggae guy over there named Naki. It's just, and a lot of Jamaican guys that would come over there, bands. I was the house band for them over there doing that stuff too. But I like overseas. They treat you real. They say what you need is right there. Then what you know, the money and everything is great for me and stuff. Like they're giving me an offer right now, I can't refuse. But it seems like everybody in Detroit trying to get rid of me. But I've been gone for 5 years and ain't been back a month yet.
They try to get rid of you.
Yeah. I'm like, nah, but I have enjoyed the people, family and friends here.
You have an agent?
No, I have a music company in Japan that I'm working with. When I get everything together, they're flying me back there.
I think so. Just word of mouth. People that you know, they're calling you.
Yeah, my wife
That's
is
awesome.
my wife is over there. She's involved with me too.
Where do you stay at when you're traveling?
Over in Japan,
Yeah.
I live in Nagoya. I'm moving there, so I live in Nagoya. That's in Nagoya, Osaka, and then Tokyo.
Yeah, he has a wife and
I
child
have a
over
wife
there.
and kid. I have a whole family. I had a big wedding in Japan.
That's awesome.
It was big and sad and happy at the same time. It was a combination because I didn't have no friends there, They were all working. There's so many people from Detroit in Nagoya, like got Glennis, L, and all of them. They were in Detroit.
Glennis Martin,
Techno
right?
over there.
Yeah,
That's what I go over there for.
And y'all get to hang out with each other?
yeah. When I go over there, yeah.
Jerome.
Maple, he just left here.
All right.
When did you move out there, Greg?
I moved to Japan in 1990.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know where Dennis was.
I moved
Okay.
away from here in 1990. I moved to LA. And in 1991, I was in Japan.
Wow, so you've been there a long time.
I was there. I lived in Malaysia for like 2 years. That was my confusion years.
Oh, okay. Find
edit
where you
this
want to
stuff.
go.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you've been there long enough. Can you say something about Detroit bass players in Japanese?
Nope, but I can say it in English. They're the best around the world. Everybody, all the bass players in Detroit, I respect. Got big time respect, and it's a difference. It's a difference from the cast here. It's a different vibe.
That's a good way. That's a good way to put it. Say it's a difference, not better, not worse, but it's a difference. That's a beautiful,
Different vibe,
beautiful way to put it.
Now, do you find you have to like coming back here? Did you just bring one bass, or you have one that stays here and one that stays
I just
here?
sent I had another bass, and I sent that back with my wife
Okay.
to Japan, and I sent my rig back.
Now you sent them back in a hard shell case,
Yeah.
or are you?
Hard shell.
Are you okay?
Yeah, don't send them in no soft. Yeah.
Not unless you're walking it on.
Yeah,
Right,
Yeah.
Anybody else got any questions for this?
So
fine
what
bass?
kind of rig do you have? What kind of rig do you run?
What kind of rig do I have? SWR.
Interesting.
Okay, well, let's keep it going. What kind of strings you with?
Question.
GHS.
Well, excuse me, could you repeat that again? What kind of strings do you use?
GHS.
You see that banner right behind you?
Behind you.
That's a
Look
Michigan
at
company.
that.
There you go.
It's like
I like that, man. You get that to me now. Promotional.
they'll be calling you Tuesday.
Hey, Reginald Canty. Why does he always leave when I need
He's up there
him?
eating dinner.
Reggie! So what I wanted to let you know, man, is that banner behind you, I know you say, can you have it? But we can't let you have the banner, but what we can do is we can give you a pack of GHS strings from our lovely sponsor, GHS. Reggie, could you do this?
Right there, Rick. Oh, man. Appreciate that, man.
Yo.
Yeah.
Come on back to you.
All right. All right.
It's been there the whole interview. Now you're gonna move. I'm gonna miss that chair.
I missed it before I got it.
All right, so look, let me say this, man. I didn't want to keep you, you know, but Andrew has a question for you. So
I have a question about international travel with bass guitars. What has been your experience? I know in America we're supposed to bring them on and stow them over the top or put them in a cabinet.
Would you put your girl or your wife on the, if you sitting on the airplane, would you put your wife in cargo?
So I would not.
Before I had watched them out the window, put my bass in the airplane and watched how they do it. And I'm on the airplane, so I keep my bass and I talk to the airline pilots and everything. Look, I put my bass, they find a spot if they don't fit up at the front.
Look, I can say exactly. I watched him do the same. I watched the guy spin around in a circle and then throw it on, and this boy went, "Oh, score!"
Right? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
They're not paid to be careful with our stuff. They're paid to get it loaded.
okay, that's the round table discussion that we can dog the airlines at a later time.
I'm just saying.
You airlines.
Any more questions for this fine basis? Okay, well let's.
I had a question. So, favorite style? You all just do smooth jazz or R&B, funk, or you do a little bit of everything?
For my unit, I just do like a lot of smooth jazz.
Smooth jazz.
I do whatever. If you call me, like they got some stuff on YouTube right now. I got a cowboy hat on, leather coat, and I'm playing rock and roll blues with a 3-piece band.
There you go.
Yeah, whatever the cause is, I go, yeah, man. You want the record, man? I got the record. You know, whatever.
Say how bass will travel.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else? Thank you. Well, man, like I said, I didn't want to keep you, but before you play us out, is there anything that you would like to say in closing?
I would just like to invite everybody out July the 7th to the Jazz Cafe and check out Gregg Holsey and Friends. Come check it out, one show. It's gonna be good.
So if we did want to like hang out with you and, you know, keep up with you and just keep abreast of your activities and goings-on, how can we do that?
I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and all of that stuff. Just you can find me social.
Just punch in your name?
Yeah, punch in my name. Gregg Holsey, Gregg with 2 G's, Holsey. And look at the one, too, the one. It's a nice cut. Love it.
Okay, well, with that said, man, why don't you play us something out, brother?
I'll give it up to you, man. $35.
Go ahead, Greg.
Well,
All right.
yeah.
Peace.